Hello, thank you for joining us here at the Chick-fil-A High School Basketball Tournament at Richland Northeast. Just to start, AC Flora and Hillcrest, the opening game, has got some technical difficulties going on with the video camera. We're going to get that working for you. Stick with us, and AC Flora has the ball first. Down low with the tip is Rion Davis. Davis' tip doesn't go, and the rebound is off to Randall Walker. Hillcrest up the left sideline. Three ball out of the corner is good for Rion Davis, and Hillcrest takes the early 3-0 lead. Again, Lucas Vance here with you, broadcasting the Chick-fil-A High School Basketball Tournament on Play On Sports. Thank you for joining us. We'll have the camera up and running shortly. In the first game of this 11th annual tournament, Hillcrest has the early lead at 3-0. AC Flora now with the basketball is Dewan Grant with it. Now swinging around left side for Tyler Gray. And Gray working to his left. AC Flora coming into the game 2-4 overall, led by their head coach Leon Brunson. Flora right now keeping the ball on the perimeter. Flora is out of Region 4 3A in South Carolina. A pull-up jumper inside the top of the arc doesn't go for Matthew Howard, but the tip is good, and the tip goes in for Rion Davis. So that will make it a 3-2 ball game. And on a drive for Hillcrest, that's Tyler Hooker driving into the lane. And there's going to be a foul. A foul on Tyler Gray. His first and the team's first. And Hillcrest will inbound, and immediately off the inbounds pass, the shot attempt doesn't go for Trey Smith, and he's fouled. And picking up the foul is again AC Flora. That's Rion Davis this time. So that will send Trey Smith to the line for Hillcrest. Trey Smith averaging 20.9 points per game this year, and the first free throw rattles in good for Smith. That's his first points of the game. Second free throw on the way, and he hit that one as well. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and Hillcrest extends their lead to 5-2. They started off with a three ball out of that left corner. And Hillcrest now leading 5-2. AC Flora on the baseline. Lob pass down underneath the rim, and losing it out of bounds is Carl Gamble. That'll go as the AC Flora turnover. They didn't get a shot off there. And Hillcrest with the basketball in at the backcourt. Hillcrest is 5-2 on the year out of Region 1-4A. They've already started region play. They got a 3-1 record in their region, led by their head coach Reggie Choplin. He's been at Hillcrest since 2004. Hillcrest is ranked 5th in the state of South Carolina. Left wing three-pointer doesn't go for Tyler Hooker. Rebound goes down to Matthew Howard. Howard will push it up the middle of the floor, driving left side of the lane. The high banker doesn't go, but the putback does for Carl Gamble, and that will make it a 5-4 ball game. Carl Gamble with his first bucket of the game. Hillcrest now with it on the offensive end. Matthew Howard taking that last shot for AC Flora's. Flora comes up with a turnover in the lane, and they're going to slow things down on the perimeter now. Howard with it left of the arc, has it poked free. He regains possession, driving across the lane. A little shuffle pass down on the baseline, goes out of bounds. Last touch by AC Flora, but Matthew Howard, a 6'4" senior guard. He had 38 points against Airport back on November 30th, and this is a kid that's already made a commitment to go to Penn. He's going to be an Ivy League player, as Hillcrest doesn't hit the alley-oop layup. That's Trey Smith botching that one, and AC Flora has the ball on the offensive end, a chance to take the lead here. Matthew Howard with the drive on the baseline, and a blocking foul on Hillcrest. That's going to go on Randall Walker. Walker picks up his first.
Number 34, Randall Walker, his first, team first.
And that will send Howard to the line. Howard chose Penn over Harvard as he hits the first free throw. That will tie it up at 5. Second free throw coming up for Howard. And he hits them both, and that gives AC Flora their first lead of the game at 6-5. In between the circles now for Flora is Tyler Hooker. They're going to swing it around, keep it on the perimeter. AC Flora playing a zone pressure defense here, pressuring at the top of the key. Thad Perry with it, working to his left. Hillcrest continues to keep it on the perimeter. Hillcrest has scored a season-high 75 points this year. That was in an 80-75 loss at Hannah on December 12th. They come in ranked 5th in the state, as ranked by the South Carolina Basketball Coaches Association. And Hillcrest is pretty much playing keep away from AC Flora here. And Tyler Hooker's going to bring it out towards half court. He'll direct traffic. And Florida retreats back into their zone defense. No pressure coming here on the perimeter. Right wing for Randall Shaw. Back to Hooker, and Randall Shaw will shoot a catch and shoot three, but he airballs it from the right corner. Airballs it into the hands, and they're going to push the tempo. That's Daquan Grant with it on the perimeter now. Free throw line for Gamble, kicking it out to Matthew Howard, driving that left baseline, and he draws another foul from a Hillcrest defender. That will send Howard back to the free throw line. And picking up the foul is, it's Randall Walker. Walker picks up his second and the team's second, so Matthew Howard will head back to the line. He's already hit his first two free throws, but this one is short off the front side of the rim. Matthew Howard, a 6'4" senior guard, had a season-high 38 points against Airport on November 30th. Second free throw does go for Howard, so he's 3 for 4 from the line now. He's got 3 of Flora's 7 points as they're leading Hillcrest 7-5. Hillcrest started off the game on a 5-2 run, and a missed shot at the rim by Trey Smith. AC Flora will take it back in transition, and that's Howard again with the bucket in the lane. So Matthew Howard doing a good job of penetrating, and he's got 5 points now, and Flora leads it 9-5. Turnover down in the lane. Trying to take the shot was Tyler Hooker. He coughed it up. Back the other way. Matthew Howard is stripped going back up. But Hooker is back behind the Florida defense, and he's going to scoop it in off the glass. And that will break a 7-0 scoring run for Flora. That makes it now 9-7. Tyler Hooker with his first bucket of the game. And Flora with the basketball on the offensive end. 2-point lead for AC Flora. They come in 2-4 overall. Their head coach is Leon Brunson. A runner in the lane doesn't go for Rion Davis, but a offensive rebound on the perimeter by Daquan Grant. And again, it's going to be Matthew Howard trying to drive the baseline. He's cut off. Now he drives across the lane, kicks it off, right corner three. It's good for Daquan Grant. He knocks down the three on the catch and shoot. That makes it now 12-7. Daquan Grant with his first points of the game makes it 12-7. That is the largest lead for AC Flora at a 5-point advantage. And Hillcrest Tyler Hooker sends it into the corner. Low right baseline, driving the reverse lay-in. Finesse style there for Trey Smith. He makes the bucket. He's got 4 now, and that cuts it back to a 3-point lead at 12-9. This is the 11th annual Chick-fil-A tournament. Last year it was ranked as the 3rd best high school basketball tournament by MaxPreps.com, and a bucket, count the bucket and the foul down low for Rion Davis. Davis making it on the low left block, his first bucket of the game, and he'll head to the line.
The basket for number 3, Ryan Davis. The Hillcrest foul is on number 25.
And it's going to be Darius White.
His first.
That's the 3rd team foul, or the 5th team foul they say over the PA. So 5th team foul on Hillcrest. And White, it's his first, and trying to convert the 3-point play is Davis, and he does. So Davis has got 3, as AC Flora now leads by 6, 15-9, continuing to stay out in front of Hillcrest. Hillcrest is a team that's operating without one of their star players, their point guard DJ Brooks. He tore his ACL 47 seconds into the first game of the season. That was on November 29th. He's had surgery last week, and they really miss him. He's a guy that signed to Mercer University there in Georgia. And talking to Coach Choplin before the game, it's not just the numbers they miss from him, but they miss his leadership and his intangibles. A left-handed floater banks in for Trey Smith. And Smith has got 6 now, as that makes it 15-11. Trey Smith has had to pick up a lot of the slack since DJ Brooks went down, and Smith averaging almost 21 points per game at 20.9. He also averages 4.6 boards per game, and Trey Smith Smith is a guy that he's committed as well. He's already committed to Charleston Southern to play basketball. Runner across the lane, rattles in good for Rion Davis, the 6'1" guard. That makes it 17-11, and Rion Davis, he's got 5 now. And AC Flora leading 17-11. Every time Hillcrest gets a bucket, Flora answers. In the left corner, catch and shoot 3 by Randall Shaw. Air balls were right into the hands of his teammate, Tyler O'Sheal. And they'll kick it back out, top of the key, driving TJ Hooker, right-hand runner in the lane is good. Hooker with the bucket makes it 17-13. And Hooker has got 4 now, as the AC Flora lead is at 4, 17-13. Left wing for Matthew Howard. Howard working on the defense of Trey Smith, and Howard pulls up just inside the left elbow. Doesn't go, but the offensive board goes to James Murray Boyles. Kicks it back out to Howard. Howard penetrates in the right hand. Bucket goes in, and Matthew Howard, he's got, count him up, he's got 7 now. That's a game high for Howard, as Flora leading 19-13. Howard's best night of the year, again, was a 38-point night against Airport. That was in the early parts of the year on November 30th. Hillcrest stepping into a 3 is Trey Smith, but he's off the mark. Ball loose, and it looks like Matthew Howard tips it in as he went in for the rebound. Well, they're going to give the credit to the tip to Tyler O'Sheal, though, so we'll give it officially to O'Sheal, but it looked like Howard went up for the rebound and just went off of his fingertips and into the bucket. So it's now 19-15 after Hillcrest gets that wacky bucket. Down low, that's Matthew Howard again on the low right block. His first shot doesn't go, and then he's fouled going back up. It looks like it's going to be a foul on Randall Shaw. It is. That's going to be Shaw's first.
Foul is on number 3, Randall Shaw, his first.
It's his first and the team's 4th. So they had announced 5 fouls earlier, but it was 3, so it's just now 14 fouls as the first free throw goes up and in for Howard. That makes it 20-15. Howard is now 4 of 5 at the line. And he's got 8 points, looking for his 9th here. And it's off the mark, off to the left. Doesn't go, rebound to AC Flora. Up the left sideline is Thad Perry. Driving, penetrating, middle of the lane. The runner good for Tyler Hooker. Hooker's got 6 now, and that makes it 20-17. 3-point lead for the Eagles of AC Flora. In between the circles is Tyler Gray. Gray working on the man defense of Hooker. Howard with it out on the perimeter now. In the left corner is Rion Davis. Davis bringing it back out, driving across the lane, left to right. Off balance shot with the right hand doesn't go, but the putback. Right place, right time for James Murray Boyles. His first bucket off the rebound, and that makes it 22-17. Hooker on the right side for Hillcrest. They're keeping it on the perimeter. Down low on the baseline, turnaround shot is no good. But a rebound by Hooker, and he's fouled going back up, so Hooker will head to the line. It'll be
Flora's number 12, James Murray Boyles, his first.
James Murray Boyles commits the foul, his first, team's 3rd, and Hooker to the line. It's his first trip to the line tonight. So it's the 11th annual Chick-fil-A Classic tournament. It's a 16-team bracket here in the Classics. Got AC Flora, Richland Northeast, the host school, as the first free throw goes off to the right for Hooker. Other teams involved, the Greenies out of Christ School, that's out of Asheville, North Carolina. Wesleyan Christian Academy out of North Carolina. Hillcrest High School playing here. Christ the King High School out of New York. Blanche Eli High School out of Florida. As the second free throw goes down for Hooker, he's got 7 now, and that makes it 22-18. We'll get to some more of those teams as the game goes on. Hillcrest bringing some pressure now at half court, but Flora able to break it. Rion Davis driving and turned it over in the lane. So that'll be a turnover on Florida and the ball over to Hillcrest. Some other teams playing in the Classics part of the tournament. You got the Mavericks out of Virginia. That's Miller School. St. John Bosco High School out of California. Deerfield Beach out of high school. Deerfield Beach High School out of Florida. That's the only Florida team. So you got teams from Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Pennsylvania, New York. Teams coming from all over the country to play in this 11th annual high school basketball tournament that was voted 3rd best last year by Max Preps. Left wing 3, no good for Randall Shaw. And Howard's got the rebound out in transition and shuffles a pass to Rion Davis, and he banks it in. So Davis has got 7 now, and AC Flora leading 24-18. And quickly back the other way, driving was Tyler Hooker. And lost the dribble, but it goes off of AC Flora and out of bounds, so they'll inbound on the offensive baseline. And Thad Perry with it now, right wing for Hooker. Perry in between the circles. Thad Perry, a 5'10 junior guard, got the starting nod at point guard, and he's got a lot of the time since DJ Brooks went down with that ACL injury. Right wing, TJ Hooker steps into a 3, and it's off the left side of the rim, off the mark, too strong. And with the rebound, it's Carl Gamble. Right wing, that's Matthew Howard driving, low right block, and it's going to be a foul on the floor. So a foul on the floor. Now, one official says foul on the floor, the other one says held ball. And the one signaling held ball overrules, and that's going to be a possession arrow going with Hillcrest. So Hillcrest will have the basketball down by 6, 24-18. With just over 4.5 minutes to play here in the half. In the right corner, now low right block for Hooker. Swings it back around, but reaching in and stealing is Rion Davis. They're in transition, 3-on-1, alley-oop to Howard, but it's off the mark. And it's going to be a turnover on Flora. Howard went up and thought he was fouled by the transition defense of Thad Perry, but no whistle, and the ball over to Hillcrest. Hillcrest is coming off a 61-43 win over Man on December 14th. Middle of the lane is Tyler O'Sheel, and his shot blocked by Carl Gamble, but O'Sheel gets it back and then feeds a pass on the baseline. It goes off the hands of Trey Smith and out of bounds. So Smith not able to control the pass, and he turns it over, and Flora with the ball. At half court, the pressure defense almost turning into a turnover, but coming away with it is James Murray Boyles, and all alone on the baseline is Carl Gamble, and Gamble flushes it home with a two-hand jam. He's got 4 now, and that makes it 26-18. In between the circles now is Trey Smith, right wing for Hooker. Hillcrest down here by 8. It's their largest deficit of the game. With 3:45 to go in the half. On the right wing, driving and then traveling, that's Trey Smith with the travel. So Trey Smith commits the travel, the 6'2" senior guard, who was already committed to Charleston Southern. He had 26 points against Malden on December 7th in a win. They won 73-59. And AC Flora with the basketball and the lead. High on the left wing is Daquan Grant, but he throws it right into the hands of Thad Perry. Perry running the 2-on-1 break, finds a teammate, middle of the lane. That's Kajana Madden with the runner in the lane. It's good. Madden has his first bucket, and that makes it 26-20, but quickly back the other way. Count the bucket and the foul. The bucket for Matthew Howard. So Howard answers the bucket of Madden and stretches it back to an 8-point lead, and Howard has a chance to make it a 9-point lead at the line. He's 4 of 6 at the line so far, as Hillcrest just committed their 5th team foul. And the free throw by Howard is dead solid. He's now 5 of 7 from the line. And Howard's got 10 so far. 10 of Flora's 29 points. And the Eagles leading Hillcrest 29-20. With just over 3 minutes to play. On the left elbow is Trey Smith. Smith had it poked free, gets it back, turns around, and scoops it in with the right hand. That makes it 29-22. Trey Smith with the bucket. He's got 6 now. Inside the right wing is Daquan Grant. He'll bring it back out on the perimeter. Goes cross court, left corner for Howard. Thought about a long 2, but now he'll pull up from 12 feet and sinks that jumper. Howard's got 12 now as Flora leads 31-22. Flora trying to shock Hillcrest. Hillcrest came in ranked 5th in the state. Top of the key for Hooker. With just over 2 minutes to go. In between the circles, Thad Perry. It's a zone look defense here for Flora. No pressure on the perimeter though. Perry working to his right, right wing for Hooker. Tyler Hooker's got 7 points here in the first half. And he's got the ball in between the circles. Ball fake to the left now, drives right, pulls up from 12 feet, and it rattles in good for Hooker. That makes it 31-24. Give Hooker 9 now. And back the other way, driving left baseline. Matthew Howard goes up and under and banks it in. That makes it 33-24. Matthew Howard all over the place right now. He's got 14 points, leads all scorers. He's got 14 of Flora's 33 points, driving across the lane. Right-handed runner doesn't go for Trey Smith. Rebound to Howard. Howard pushing the tempo up the middle of the floor in transition to Tyler Gray, and he makes the bucket. So Gray giving it right back to Howard. Nope, that is Gray. So Gray with the bucket makes it 35-24. Gray has his first bucket in transition there, and Flora now leads by 11. With just over a minute to go. Left wing, catch and shoot three. It's too strong off the backside of the rim for Smith. Ball being tipped around in the lane, and that's Gray coming away with it for Flora. Here comes some pressure in the backcourt, but he gives it off to Daquan Grant. Defers to him, let him bring it across half court. Grant picks up his dribble in between the circles, gives to Howard. Howard driving left baseline, and he's bumped on the floor. So that'll be a foul on Hillcrest. And picking up the foul is Kejana Madden. That's his first and the team's 6th. Next foul will put Flora in the bonus, but there's just 44 seconds left to play. As Flora waiting to inbound. Coming out is Matthew Howard. He checks out, and checking in is Julian Moreno. He'll inbound on the baseline, but his inbounds pass is tipped, but it goes right into the hands of Carl Gamble. So they'll get it back. Moore with it on the right wing. In between the circles now is Gray. Gray working to his left, looking at a man defense with Avery Green right on his hip right now. Gray, chest pass, gives it up to Rion Davis. Davis working slowly. Flora looking for the last shot. Tyler Gray shoves off with the left hand, picks up his dribble. Top of the key is Davis. Davis driving middle of the lane, right-handed scoop. Off the mark. Rebound goes to Hillcrest. Across the timeline is Thad Perry. Free throw line. A spin move and then a left-handed scoop for Tyler Hooker. And that makes it 35-26. And Tyler Hooker ends the half with 11 points. And AC Flora will take a 35-26 lead at the break, as Flora was down 5-2 to start the game, but then went on a 7-0 run, took the lead at 9-5, and they've never have trailed since. So at the break, Flora leading 35-26. It's halftime here at Richland Northeast High School, the site of the 11th annual Chick-fil-A High School Basketball Tournament. Some players that have played in this tournament in the NBA right now. Josh Smith has played in this tournament. He plays for the Atlanta Hawks. Ramon Sessions has played in this tournament. He's from Charlotte. Stephon Curry plays at Golden State. He played in this tournament as well. Jody Meeks plays for the Lakers. He played in this tournament. Daniel Orton plays for Oklahoma City. Josh Selby plays for Memphis. And Miles Plumlee plays for Indiana. That all those guys have played in this tournament. Some guys that are playing Division I basketball as a freshman this year that played in this tournament last year. You got Rodney Purvis. He plays for NC State. Jordan Roper for Clemson. And Shaq Rowland played in this tournament last year for Lexington High School. Shaq Rowland now playing football for the University of South Carolina. So those are some names that you may recognize. Last year winning the Classic 1 champion was Oak Hill Academy out of Virginia. They're not here this year, but they've already committed to come back next year. And the Classic 2 champion was West Charlotte High School out of North Carolina. Some sites to visit here. You can watch the video broadcast throughout the week on playonsports.com, and also Chick-fil-A Classic. It's chick-fil-a-classic.com. That's some places to go to find out information for the tournament. The next game on this tournament for the night in the auxiliary gym will be Aquinas from Georgia playing Hammond out of South Carolina. And the next broadcast will be at 7:30. Spring Valley will be playing Lower Richland. And Stacy Huff will have the broadcast for you on that one. And then at 9 o'clock, the Sol Johnson High School from out of Georgia, they'll be playing W.G. Keenan from South Carolina here in the main gym. And then in the auxiliary gym at 8 o'clock is Olympic out of North Carolina playing Ridgeview, just not too far down the road here in South Carolina. They're playing in the challenge part of the tournament. They'll be in the auxiliary gym. So a lot of games going on throughout the week. Just getting started here. The games will go on through Saturday. So I'll look at some of the teams playing in the tournament. Flora McDonald Academy out of North Carolina. They finished last year with a 31-8 record. That was a school record for wins for them last year. The Vikings of Spring Valley here in Columbia, they're playing in this tournament. The Keenan Raiders in Columbia, South Carolina, they're playing in this tournament as well. Out of Pennsylvania, Robert Bowe High School, Lower Richland High School, Wheeler High School out of Georgia, Deerfield Beach out of Florida. You've also got Hillcrest here tonight. Out of New York is Christ the King High School, Blanche Eli High School out of Florida. Out of Virginia is Miller School. So teams from all over the nation playing in this tournament. Just got handed the official first half stats. Stats being kept by Ryan Johnson of Blythewood High School tonight. So officially, AC Flora trailing Hillcrest 35-26 in that first half. Both teams shot really good from the floor. Hillcrest made 11 of their 24 shots, but they still trail by 9. They were 46% from the floor. They were 46% from the floor, but that wasn't better than AC Flora's 54% from the floor, as Flora was 14 of 26, including 1 of 1 from the three-point line. Hillcrest was 1 of 8 from the three-point line as a team. Second chance points, big deal for AC Flora. They had 12 second chance points compared to 5 for Hillcrest. And the largest lead for AC Flora there in the first half was at 11. Largest lead for Hillcrest was at 3. Leading scorer for Hillcrest in double digits is Tyler Hooker. He had 11, and then they got 8 points from Trey Smith. For AC Flora, it was the Matthew Howard show all the way. He was 6 of 12 from the floor, 5 of 7 from the free throw line. He had 6 rebounds. That's a game high. He's also got a game high 17 points. He played 15 minutes of those 16 minutes in the first half, so that's the way things have looked here so far. And at the half, AC Flora leading Hillcrest 35-26 in the first game of the 11th annual Chick-fil-A High School Basketball Tournament. We'll be back with the second half right here on Play On Sports.
Take a look at individual scoring from the first half. Matthew Howard leads all scorers for AC Flora with 17 points. Also for the Falcons, 9 points for Ryan Davis.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this. One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this. One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot. One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
Welcome back to second half action here at Richland Northeast High School, the site of the Chick-fil-A Classic High School Basketball Tournament, where the first game of the week is being won so far at the break by AC Flora, 35-26, and they've got the basketball. Leading scorer for Flora in that first half was Matthew Howard, and down low, that's Rion Davis who was fouled. And picking up the foul for Hillcrest is Randall Walker. Walker picks up his third and the team's first here in the half, and that will send Davis to the line. Davis was 1 of 1 from the line in the first half. He had 9 points, second leading scorer for AC Flora in that first half, and it rattles in and out on him. So he's not able to make that one there. The second one coming up, Rion Davis, a 6'1" sophomore guard, and AC Flora came into this game 2-4 overall. In fact, they've lost their last 4 games in a row, so they're looking to break the losing streak as the second free throw goes in for Davis, and that makes it now 36-26. That is the largest lead, or excuse me, that is a 10-point lead. Their largest lead was at 11 in the first half, and Trey Smith makes a bucket there for Hillcrest. That's his first bucket of the second half. This is now 36-28. Down low, that's Matthew Howard stealing it away. Tyler Hooker thought he had a steal there, but Howard muscles it away and puts it up and in. It's now 38-28. Howard had 17 in the first half. He's got 19 now, and he leads all scorers. Matthew Howard will be an Ivy League student next year as he is committed to play at Penn. He was choosing between Penn and Harvard after scoring just over 1,300 on his SAT. A reach-in foul here on Flora. And so Hillcrest will have to inbound on the offensive baseline. Picking up the foul for Flora is Carl Gamble. That'll be his first and team's first. That's Thad Perry with the basketball. Down a low right block. That's now Trey Smith. They kick it out. The right wing three, no good for Randall Shaw. And the rebound goes to Carl Gamble. Gamble had 4 rebounds in the first half. He's got 5 now. Leading rebounder for Flora. No, excuse me, Matthew Howard had 6. So Howard, the leading scorer and leading rebounder so far. He's doing it all for the Eagles. And that's Howard with the ball right now, spinning low left baseline. And that shot off the mark, though, but trying to follow up an offensive rebound, and he's going to be able to tie up Hillcrest's Trey Smith, but the possession arrow going with Hillcrest. So Hillcrest will take possession on the arrow. The Hillcrest Rams, led by the head coach Reggie Choplin. He's been at Hillcrest since 2004. They come in 5-2 overall. They're at a Region 1 4A. They got a 3-1 region record so far. And they're ranked 5th in the state. And blowing the reverse layup there is Trey Smith. Smith had 8 points in the first half, and he came in averaging 21 points. And a Rion Davis there with a cleanup bucket. He's got 3 now here in the half. Easy cleaned up that missed shot, and that makes it now 40-28. The 12-point lead for AC Flora. It's their largest. That's Rion Davis again. He's got the steal out at half court in transition. The whistle may have been on the floor. They want to count the bucket and the foul. As fouling for Hillcrest, they do count the bucket. So a foul on Thad. That's Thad Perry. His first, team second. And Rion Davis heading to the line. He's 2 of 3 from the line today. And this one is off to the right, no good. So Davis has got 5 now here in the second half, and he's got 14 for the game. Left wing 3 doesn't go for Tyler Hooker. A rebound to Matthew Howard. Howard up the middle of the floor, lost the dribble in the lane, but his teammate Carl Gamble bails him out. And Howard with it, pulls up left side from 12 feet, doesn't go. Rebound goes to Tyler O'Sheal. He's got 5 rebounds now. Pushing the tempo, middle of the lane, kicks off, right wing 3 for Perry. It's short, but the rebound, a putback for Trey Smith rolls in. And that will be a Hillcrest timeout on the floor. Trey Smith now with 12. 30-second timeout for Coach Reggie Choplin as his Rams trailing now 42-30. At the half, they trailed 35-26. Hillcrest came in ranked 5th in the state. So AC Flora trying to upset Hillcrest. Flora has been on the down slope the last 4 games. They've lost their last 4 in a row. On December 14th, they lost to Charleston Collegiate 73-67. On December 11th, they lost at Richland Northeast. So they actually played in this building just a little over a week ago, and they lost to Richland Northeast 54-44. Then they lost at Airport on December 7th. They lost at Keenan on December 4th. So they're trying to break a 4-game losing streak right now, and they're off to a good start. They've got a 12-point lead here in the second half. Across the timeline for Flora is Tyler Gray, and he carried the basketball. So Tyler Gray carries the basketball, and that's a turnover. With 13 minutes to play in regulation, Hillcrest trying to battle back from a 12-point deficit. Hillcrest playing without their star point guard, DJ Brooks, as he is recovering from a surgery on his ACL that he tore just 47 seconds into the regular season on November 29th against Dorman. And the right-handed shot goes in for Trey Smith. Trey Smith has got 6 now here in the second half, and that makes it 42-32. Matthew Howard driving right baseline, trying to shuffle a pass. It's tipped. Ball still loose on the baseline, and Hillcrest comes away with it. That's Thad Perry with the ball, pushing the tempo up the floor. Left wing driving to the rack. Tyler Hooker's shot doesn't go, and the rebound off to James Murray Boyles with the rebound. Matthew Howard going strong to the rim. The pull-up doesn't go. And the rebound off to Thad Perry. In transition, driving baseline. Fouled at the rim is Trey Smith. So Trey Smith is fouled, and he'll head to the charity stripe. Picking up the foul for AC Flora is James Murray Boyles, his second and the team's second. So at the line is Trey Smith. He's a perfect 2 for 2 at the line so far. And with his team down by 10, he's trying to get some free points. He gets that one. And give him now 7 points here in the half as it chops the Flora lead down to 9. The winner of this game goes on to play the winner of Miller School and Flora McDonald. And the winners will play on Friday at 3:55. The loser of this game will play the loser of Miller School and Flora. And they'll play on Friday as well at 12:45. Second free throw good as well, and that makes it now 42-34. So Tyler Hooker, or excuse me, that was Trey Smith. He's 4 for 4. And Hillcrest throwing it away on the other end. Matthew Howard comes away with the steal. So Howard rebounds the basketball. He scores, he steals. He's doing it all right now for the Eagles. Low left block, baseline pass. Banking it in is James Murray Boyles. That's his first bucket here of the half. He's got 4 now for the game as he stretches the lead back to 10 for Flora. And the bank shot pull up in the lane is good for Trey Smith. He's got 10 here in the half. That makes it 44-36. A 30-second timeout called by AC Flora and their head coach, Leon Brunson. As the pressure was coming from Hillcrest, they called the timeout as his basketball squad right now leading 44-36. Let's look at some other teams that have won this Chick-fil-A Classic. It's the 11th annual year of this tournament. Last year, Oak Hill Academy won the Classic 1 championship. The Classic 2 championship was won by West Charlotte High School. In 2010, the Classic 2 championship was won by Irmo High School. And Irmo right now is ranked number 1 in the state of South Carolina. They're not playing in the tournament this year. The Classic 2 champion of 2010 was United Faith Christian Academy out of North Carolina. There was one year where both champions were from the state of South Carolina. That was in 2004 when Lower Richland won the Classic 1 championship and Richland Northeast won the Classic 2 championship. And Rion Davis, he goes down hard, but he makes a bucket. And for Rion Davis, he's got 7 now. That makes it back to a 10-point lead. So Flora continuing to stay out in front of Hillcrest. Flora shot a very respectable 54% from the floor in the first half and making a lot of buckets here in the second half as well. Matthew Howard, left wing, spinning, middle of the lane. Shuffle pass on the baseline, stolen away there. Stolen away by Tyler Hooker. That's not Hooker, that's Trey Smith with the steal. Hooker has it now on the baseline. He'll bring it back out onto the perimeter. Right corner, stepping into a 3, but it's no good for Kejon Madden. The rebound goes to Daquan Grant. He'll slow things down on the perimeter. And Flora with the basketball on the offensive end. Baseline, Matthew Howard turns, banks it in high off the glass. Matthew Howard makes it back to a 12-point lead. He's got just 4 here in the second half, but he's got 21 for the game. Just under 10 minutes to play in regulation, and Hillcrest needs some points quickly. They're down by 12, 48-36, in danger of being upset by Flora, and a follow-up by Trey Smith. He rebounds it and puts it back up and in. That makes it 48-38 now. Trey Smith has got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. He's got 12 here in the half. Back the other way quickly, though. Another AC Flora bucket to answer the call is from Carl Gamble this time. He's got 6 for the game. That makes it 50-38. And down low, coming away with it, Matthew Howard in transition. Bounce pass to Tyler Gray, back to Howard, and he's fouled going to the rack. That's going to be on Hillcrest's Kejana Madden. Madden commits his second. And it will send Howard to the line. So his second, team third, and Howard at the line for Flora. Howard was 5 of 7 from the line in the first half. This is his first trip to the line here in the second half. Howard's first free throw is good. That makes it 50-39 now. He's He's got 5 points in the half and 22 for the game. Second one on the way. And this one's off the mark, though. It rolls in and out, no good. Rebound goes off to Tyler O'Sheal. He'll defer to Trey Smith, and Smith defers it back to, that's Avery Green with the basketball. Right wing is Tyler Hooker, into the right corner for Randall Walker. Hillcrest keeping the ball on the perimeter. Here comes a little bit of zone pressure from Flora on the perimeter, setting up in a 2-3 zone. Both teams have played a majority of zone here in the game. And foul going to the bucket is Randall Walker. So that was send Walker to the line, and the foul on James Murray Boyles. His third and the team's third. And so Randall Walker at the line. He has not scored. He got the starting nod, the starting post, a 6'4" senior. He hits the first free throw. So first point of the game for Randall Walker. That makes it now 51-39. Or excuse me, they gave the point to Hillcrest. It should be 50-40. Here at the gym, they gave the point to Hillcrest on the scoreboard. And both free throws are good, so they've got 51-40 up on the scoreboard, but it's actually 50-41. And Randall Walker hit both the free throws, and a timeout by Hillcrest on the floor. Again, the winner of this game will go on to play the winner of Miller's School, which is out of Virginia, and Flora McDonald out of North Carolina. And so those two teams will play, and then the winners will play on Friday at 3:55. The loser of this game will play the loser of that game on Friday at 12:45. So that's what's next up for either one of these teams, depending on the outcome of tonight. Still 8.5 minutes left. And again, they haven't corrected the score on the scoreboard. They've got Flora leading 51-40. I've got them unofficially at 50-41. I'm going to check and make sure that's right. 50-41. Well, they haven't corrected it on the scoreboard yet, so they're the official keepers, so we're going to have to go with that. And with the basketball in the backcourt will be Flora. That's Flora's Rion Davis. Running the baseline. The 5 count is on. He's got to get rid of it, and he didn't get rid of it in time, so the 5 count was on. And Rion Davis not able to find an open teammate. They turn it over, and the ball over to Hillcrest. So Hillcrest will inbound on the offensive baseline. Ball inbounded in between the circles. Left corner. Thought about a 3, but he pulls it down as Tyler Hooker. Hillcrest keeping the ball on the perimeter, trying to find a hole in that zone defense. Right wing, stepping into a 3. That's Randall Shaw, but it's no good. Rebound in transition. They're going to defer to Matthew Howard. Let him bring it up the left sideline. Across the court, right wing driving baseline now is Frederick Kitt, and they're going to say he pushed off. Offensive foul on Kitt. His first, team's fourth. So Kitt commits the offensive foul and ball over to Hillcrest. Letting it roll for a little bit is Tyler Hooker, and picks it up at half court now. Left wing for Shaw. Shaw, left corner 3. That one's no good, but he follows it up with a rebound, being tied up in the lane. Ball still loose. He's got it, and Hillcrest will have another shot at the bucket. Down the low left block is Tyler O'Sheal. Left wing driving in, left side of the lane. And the runner doesn't go for Trey Smith. The rebound on the perimeter to James Murray Boyles. He's got 6 now. Staring down a 3 out of the left corner. It's no good for Howard, and the rebound goes to Trey Smith. And Howard rips it free from him, and the ball's loose, and Howard finds a way to pick it up. Bounce pass quick in the lane. Shot no good for James Murray Boyles. And Hillcrest will come away with it after a defensive rebound. Dribbles between the legs. Tyler Hooker into the lane. The shot no good, but a foul on the floor before the shot. Foul on the floor by Frederick Kitt. That's Kitt's second and team's 5th. And so Hillcrest will inbound on the offensive baseline. Daquan Grant and James Murray Boyles check out as Tyler Gray and Rion Davis comes back into the game. Ball inbounded high on the right wing there to Tyler Hooker. He drives. He can't make the scoop lay-in. Rebound, put back, is stripped away from Trey Smith, but on the perimeter finding it is Hooker. Ball still being tipped around on the baseline, and it goes out off of Flora. So the ball goes out off of Flora, and with 7 minutes and 6 seconds to play in regulation, Flora leading 51-40. Off the inbounds pass, the catch and shoot doesn't go for Randall Walker. Rebound over to Flora. And it looks like Flora is going to slow down the basketball. In the left corner is Kit. Low left block. And a no-look pass from Carl Gamble goes off the hands of Rion Davis and out of bounds. And in the backcourt for Hillcrest is Trey Smith. Smith across the timeline, left wing now for Shaw. Smith, left side of the lane, had it stripped, and coming away with it is Rion Davis. Davis up the middle of the floor, pushing the tempo, taking it all the way to the rack. The floater on the baseline is good. Rion Davis taking it coast to coast. He's got 9 now as Flora leads it 53-40. And a foul down low on Rion Davis. I believe that's his second, team 6th, and that will send Randall Walker to the line. His only 2 points of the game have come from the line. He's 2 of 2 there. Next foul from Flora will put Hillcrest in the bonus, and Walker misses this one off to the right. So Walker misses that free throw in a 13-point ball game with 6.5 to play. And points have not been easy to come by for Hillcrest. They shot the ball 46% in the first half, but that wasn't good enough because AC Flora shot at 54%. Walker second, that one rolls off to the right. So after making his first 2 free throws early on, he misses his next 2. In the right corner is Frederick Kitt. Middle of the lane, right side, 10-foot jumper good for Carl Gamble. He's got 8 now for the game, and that makes it a 55-40 game. Flora starting to run away with this one with 6 minutes to play in regulation. In between the circles is Hooker. Low left block, a jump pass, and then a lay-in by Trey Smith. So count the bucket and the foul as Trey Smith hits the alley-oop lay-in. And Ryan Davis commits his 3rd, team 7th, and Smith at the line to try to convert the 3-point play. Smith on the line tonight is a perfect 4 for 4. He'll try to improve to 5 for 5 here, and it's up, and he splashes the net home. He's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. He's got 15 here in the second half. Saving it from going out of bounds is Tyler Gray, but he saves it right to Hillcrest as Tyler Hooker. Back the other way, driving right baseline. That's Trey Smith with another bucket. And he's got 17 now for the half. And it's now 55-45. Hillcrest with a steal in the backcourt. Turnaround shot is good for Randall Shaw. And Shaw has 5 now, his first bucket here in the half. And that's going to force Flora into a timeout. As Flora now down by just 8 as they trailed 55-40. But it's a 7-0 run for the Rams of Hillcrest on a 7-0 run, trying to claw their way back into this one with 5.5 to play. It's now a 55-47 ball game. Flora with 55 points. They've averaged 59 this year. The highest they've scored was 69 points in a win at Lugoff Elgin on November 27th when they beat the Demons at their own home 69-42. So Flora to inbound on the defensive baseline. They inbound in the backcourt. That's Carl Gamble with it. Up the left sideline, it's Ryan Davis. Davis will defer to Gray. Let him control the basketball. And Flora getting into their delay game here, just keeping it on the perimeter. The 5-second closely guarded call is on. And an offensive foul. That's Matthew Howard, I believe. They say Howard pushed off. They say Howard pushed off. So Howard commits the foul.
That's his first.
No, not Howard. It's a Daquan Day Grant commits the foul. His first, team's 8th. And so Grant setting a moving screen there was the call. And with 5 minutes to play, Hillcrest down by 8. It's the closest they've been the entire half. And with the bucket is Trey Smith. He's got another bucket now. He's got 19 for the half. He's been averaging just 21 points per game. He's got add that 19 to his 8. He's got 27 now. And Trey Smith commits a foul in the backcourt. His third, fourth team foul. And AC Flora's lead, what at one time was a 15-point lead, has now been cut to 6. Flora with the basketball. Controlling is Daquan Grant. Grant picks up his dribble, right wing now to Davis. Inside the left wing is Gamble. Flora keeping the ball on the perimeter. Davis with it. Now in the right corner is Matthew Howard. He's had it open on the baseline all night, but he feeds it to Davis down low, and his little fall away shot is good from underneath the hoop. And that makes it now 67-49. Davis with another bucket to add to his total here in the second half. He's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. He's got 11 here in that second half. And with 4 minutes to play, Hillcrest down by 8. Quick pass, middle of the lane. The runner doesn't go for Trey Smith, but the tip in is good by Smith. He follows up his own miss, and that makes it now 57-51. Smith continues to pile up the points here in the second half at half court. Tyler Hooker pokes it free, and then he's fouled at half court by Tyler Gray. That should be free throws for Hillcrest as Gray commits his second personal, the 9th team foul. And with just under 4 minutes to play, so with it being an intentional foul, Hillcrest will get 2 free throws and the basketball. So that is a key foul here with 4 minutes to play, just under 4 minutes to play in a 6-point ball game. Hooker at the line where he's 1 of 2 tonight. His first one here is off the mark. He misses it in a 6-point ball game. Hooker has not scored here in the second half. He had 11 in the first half. Second free throw on the way. And he's dead solid on that one. So he's now 2 for 4 from the line. Give him 12 points for the game. And Hillcrest should have the basketball. But a 30-second timeout taken by the head coach Reggie Choplin of the Rams of Hillcrest before they'll inbound the basketball. With 3:52 to play, the Rams have battled back what was a 15-point deficit. They've chopped it to a 5-point game now, so Rams making it a game here. The 5th-ranked team in the state of South Carolina is the Hillcrest Rams, even without their star point guard, DJ Brooks, who had surgery to repair a torn ACL that he suffered 47 seconds into the first game of the year. And Hillcrest will inbound just in front of my broadcast position here. At half court, ball inbounded in the backcourt. And controlling it will be Thad Perry. 3:45 to play now in the game. Left baseline from 16 feet away. It's short for Trey Smith. And a rebound in the backcourt to Flora, but Flora commits the offensive foul. And that's Daquan Grant commits the foul. That's his second, team's 10th. So the next foul on the floor or defensive foul will be a bonus situation for Hillcrest, and how important that will be in a 5-point game in just 3:38 to play. Hillcrest battling back from what was a 15-point deficit. The winner of this game goes on to play the winner of Miller School and Flora McDonald. Flora McDonald out of North Carolina, Miller School out of Virginia. The winners will play on Friday at 3:55 p.m. Be right here in the Richland Northeast Gym. Flora showing their zone defense with no pressure. Top of the key for Walker. Swinging it around into the hands of Hooker. Hooker spinning left of the arc. And they're going to keep it on the perimeter. Middle of the lane is Hooker. Hooker pulls it down. Left wing, 3-ball. It rattles in good. Randall Shaw with his second 3 of the game. He's got 8 now. And it's now a 2-point ball game at 67-55. Hillcrest battling back with just under 3 minutes to play in regulation. Daquan Grant in between the circles, and he's fouled. Fouled on the floor by Thad Perry, I believe is the call. It is. Thad Perry commits his second. His second, team's fifth. So with 2:42 to play, it's getting down to the nitty-gritty here on a 2-point ball game. And Flora is set to inbound just in front of their own bench. Triggering the inbounds pass will be Ryan Davis. Davis had 9 points in the first half. He's got 11 here in the second half for a 20-point total. But he's not the leading scorer. Matthew Howard is the leading scorer. He's got 22. 17 of those came in the first half. Howard's got the basketball. He'll defer to Davis, left of the arc. Davis picks up his dribble. He's in trouble. He needs to find a teammate, and he finds Howard in between the circles. Howard driving left side of the lane, jump stop, low block, shots off the mark, but Davis follows it up with a putback. Ryan Davis puts it back up and in. That makes it now 59-55. And Hillcrest misses the shot. Back the other way is Matthew Howard. He's stripped and fouled going to the rack. I believe that's going to be Tyler Hooker, the guilty party. It is. Nope, it's not 11. It's 12, they signal. So that's Avery Green. Well, that's funny because they signal Avery Green, but Green's not even on the floor. I'm looking. I don't see Avery Green on the floor. They meant to say number 11, TJ Hooker, but they're going to hit it with poor Avery Green, who's not even on the floor. And I think now Matthew Howard is pointing that out to him. He's saying, hey, there's no Avery Green on the floor. So the foul will actually be on Tyler Hooker. And now they correct it here over the PA. First foul for Hooker, and the free throw is good for Howard. That gives him now 6 here in the second half, and it makes it a 60-55 game. Second free throw on the way. This one's off to the right, though. Howard doesn't hit both of them. And back the other way, right corner, three ball is good for Randall Shaw. It's his third three of the game. He's got 11, and it's back to a 6-point ball game at 60-58. Matthew Howard across the half court on the left side, under 2 minutes to play in regulation. Howard hesitating, now driving, low left block. The high banker good for Carl Gamble. Gamble using that 6'6" frame to bank it in off the glass. It's now 62-58 is the score. Gamble's got 6 here in the second half. And Hillcrest lost it in the corner. And, well, one says out of bounds. The other one signaling a foul, I believe. So a blocking foul on Flora on Carl Gamble. That should be a double bonus. And I don't think they're – well, it's Gamble's second, and it's going to be a double bonus situation. They're signaling 1 and 1, but the officials don't have the correct tally because they are in the double bonus. And at the line set to take the free throws for Hillcrest is Thad Perry. Perry has not scored in this game, nor has he been to the line. And with 1:33 to play and his team down by 4, the Rams need these points at the line. First free throw by Perry. It's too strong off the back side of the rim. Perry's second free throw on the way for the 5'10" junior. And that one rattles in good. That's going to make it a 3-point ball game. That's his first point of the game. Score 62-59. Flora with the lead. And the ball in the hands of Matthew Howard. And reaching in is Trey Smith, but Howard shakes him. Jump stop, low right block. Lost it in the lane, but regains his composure and banks it in. Matthew Howard has been a force to be reckoned with. Down in the lane, 64-59, three-pointer from the left corner is good. Tyler Hooker hits the three-pointer. That makes it now 64-62, back to a 2-point game. And Tyler Hooker hits the three. Hillcrest has got 3 threes here in the second half, 2 coming from Randall Shaw, that one there coming from Tyler Hooker. That was his 4th point of the half. He's got 15 now for the game. With 1:07 to play, it's 64 Flora, 62 Hillcrest. And both teams in their huddle. The next game here of this Chick-fil-A Classic tournament, well, there's a game going on in the auxiliary gym. It started at 6:30. It's probably about at halftime there. It's Aquinas out of Georgia playing Hammond. And then the next game to be broadcast here on Play On Sports is the Spring Valley and Lower Richland game. So both those teams out of the Metroplex area here in Columbia. And broadcasting that one for you will be Stacy Huff. Flora breaks the huddle. On the floor for Flora right now that's Carl Gamble, number 20, Daquan Grant, number 1. Number 11 is Frederick Kitt, number 24. The leading scorer is Matthew Howard. And then also Ryan Davis. He's the second leading scorer. He's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 here in the half and 20 for the game. Matthew Howard's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 in the half and 27 for the game. So in a 2-point ball game, Howard has it in between the rings. Under a minute to go. Left wing is Davis. Davis, top of the key, defers over to Carl Gamble. Gamble working inside the right wing. Now Frederick Kitt with it in the middle of the lane. Howard lost it going up to the rim. Hillcrest has the chance they've been looking for. Left corner. No, he's going to pull down the 3 ball. He thought about taking it, but Hooker pulls it down. And with 35 seconds to play, Hooker gives a pass to Perry. Hillcrest down by 2. They've been down by as many as 15. In the right corner. That's Tyler Hooker with it. 20 seconds to play now. Hooker out towards half court. Looks like Hillcrest wants to take one last shot. Inside the right wing is Trey Smith. Driving across the lane, right to left. Left-handed scoop is good for Trey Smith. And the Rams of Hillcrest erase a 15-point deficit. But back the other way is Matthew Howard. Spins around, baseline. The shot rattles in good at the buzzer. Matthew Howard hits the buzzer beater. And Flora wins the game 66-64 as Hillcrest Trey Smith hit a shot as time was winding down to tie it up at 64. Spinning around on the baseline to beat the buzzer is Matthew Howard. He ends the game with a game-high 29 points. And for Howard, that's not even a season high. He had 38 points against Airport, but he hits the final shot here, and AC Flora stuns number 5 Hillcrest in the first game of the Chick-fil-A Classic tournament. AC Flora improves to 3-4 now out of Region 4 3A, and Hillcrest will fall to 5-3 out of Region 1 4A. Hillcrest will go on to play the loser of Miller's School out of Virginia. It's either going to be Miller's School out of Virginia or Flora McDonald out of North Carolina. The loser will play Hillcrest on Friday at 12:45. The winner of Miller's School and Flora McDonald will play AC Flora Friday at 3:55. I want to thank you for tuning in here to PlayOnSports.com. Stick around for the next game. The next game is going to be Spring Valley against Lower Richland. And they've got 21 minutes up on the clock, so in 21 minutes, that one will be coming up. I'm Lucas Vance. I want to thank you for watching here on Play On Sports as AC Flora wins it at the buzzer 64-66.